Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my little corner of the internet, and welcome back to the Taking Liberties Pro Wrestling podcast. Now, I have, as you all have, well, if you've been keeping up with the previous episodes, you will have known that I have had a guest on the show a couple times. You know, he's a pretty cool dude or whatever. Sometimes an asshole, but he's a pretty cool dude or whatever. And I've had some requests to bring him back, so I think I've gone ahead and gone one step farther, and well, now he's a co-host. So, welcome to our corner of the internet, and go ahead and introduce yourself, sir.
What it do? It's the guy that hates pro wrestling, Andrew. By the way, I resent that you called me an asshole, but I'll let it slide because I like you.
No, you don't. You know it's true.
It depends on the day.
Exactly. Anyway, everybody, thank you for joining us. Thank you, Andrew, for hopping aboard. I certainly appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm always here for the little man.
And everyone, don't forget that you can find the podcast on YouTube, of course. We'll always go on YouTube. But Google Podcasts, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Go ahead and leave me a 5-star rating, by the way.
Oh, I already did.
Overcast, Pocket Cast, and Radio Public. And yes, you did, actually. So I will actually go to iTunes right now.
Yeah, you better read my review right now, you bitch.
Podcast.
I listen to the ads and everything.
As you should. That gives me that sweet money.
Yeah, you know, I'm a man of the people. I do it because I love this business that I love and I live it.
2 ratings.
2 ratings? Oh, baby. Are they both from me?
2 ratings, 1 review. I know the first rating was from our boy Nick. Shouts out, Nick.
The boy Nick. Shouts out.
And the second one was from you. It's my favorite podcast on earth. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be?
Yo, dude,
and
this is the best.
Will be yours too.
I have never in my life been on or heard a podcast more well-rounded and just great. You know,
such I mean, I certainly appreciate it.
Yeah, dude, it's high praise from a high dude.
420, bro.
420 blaze it, dude. Cool and whatever.
Whatever. And hey, did you ever get that RVD thing?
Nope.
Alrighty. Well, the hog dipping deadlockites will know what we're talking about there.
Oh. But, I'm pretty sure the mail dude put it in the wrong box.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because I got a key for someone else's stuff, so I think the key for my stuff went to someone else. But I was courteous enough to walk my ass all the way over to man's door and drop off their packages for them.
Oh no!
So as far as I know, I don't know. Maybe my RVD comic got fucking jacked.
Whatever.
And cool.
Fuck, that sucks.
That does suck.
Anyway, guys, we will be reviewing, as always, TNA Impact. This week's episode will be the February 28th, 2005 edition, and it was a show.
No. This was not a show. This was people these days like to throw around the term dumpster fire quite often. This show is like if I were a dumpster fire and I were to go even further beyond a dumpster fire, this was like, we'll talk about it, but oh man.
Yeah. And we also have another show that we'll talk about later.
We'll talk about that. That shit was crazy.
That shit was crazy.
You better stay for that. That shit was crazy.
That shit was crazy. We'll talk about that later as well. But let's go ahead and hop on into this Impact episode. So the commentators just, start off.
Oh, don't forget the opening. What they did for the open of the show.
What was the open?
So the show opens with a package showing something that went on in catering before the show started. Jeff Hardy just casually walking around gets absolutely
yeah.
mollywopped.
That's where my notes were going. Yeah. So
Absolutely
Jeff Hardy was
mollywopped.
doing literally nothing. He was kind of like
Living.
leaning against the wall or whatever the fuck, and Abyss just destroys him for no reason. And then there's some jobbers, some local talent eating at catering, eating. I don't know if that was real food. It looked fake.
I don't know. I look like some
With
shit.
these cheap ass plastic green tables, or not tables, chairs. Excuse me.
Yo,
And,
yeah,
the
when
white
Jeff
bifold tables.
when Jeff Hardy got thrown over that table and fucked all that shit up. He got up almost immediately and just threw a green lawn chair straight in Abyss's face, and it exploded.
That was pretty
exploded.
I don't know why Biss was trying to stack those bifold tables at one point. That was kind of weird. I don't know if he expected to put Jeff through it. That probably would suck more than just going through a regular worked table. I mean,
yeah, those tables aren't meant to. You're not meant to go through.
Yeah, they're
those.
not supposed to
You're supposed to be playing fucking cup pong, dude.
Yeah, or fucking spades or something. Like, you're not supposed to.
Yeah, I'm playing poker.
Yeah, you're not supposed to go to those tables. So I don't know why he was stacking them like he was gonna put them through it. But
yeah, that's one of those tables that a dumbass at like some tailgate would jump through to be like, "Oh, I'm a worker. Look at me, boys. I'm crazy."
Indeed. So the first match up on the card was Team Canada. Well,
most of them
from Team Canada. Yeah, most of them. Williams, Petey Williams, Eric Young, and Bobby Roode. Or is he Robert? No, he's Bobby, right?
I think it was Robert Roode at this point.
Is he Robert?
I'm pretty sure it was Robert Roode.
They fucking changed a lot of people's names just randomly on the show. Versus Dustin Rhodes and America's Most Wanted, James Storm and Chris Harris.
The first thing I want to say about this match is the fucking USA chants at the start had me just
I didn't even.
How is Canada like really any different from the United States, right? Like, what is this? I get the heel gimmick, but fuck, dude.
I mean, don't they have better healthcare? Oh, someone's probably gonna hate that I just said that.
What are you, a liberal?
Yeah, whatever.
I'll leave it.
My first note. Did you hear the rickety ass ropes?
Dude, oh my god. This entire show I heard was the constant anytime a brother was hitting the ropes, squeak.
Yeah,
squeak.
Like,
bro, what is up with the ropes?
Yeah, just when they hit the ropes, they just. I'm like, bro,
I don't think. Somewhere in my notes I wrote it down, but I'm not sure where it was I noticed it. But regardless, it was going on the whole goddamn show, and it was among other things that were happening the whole goddamn show.
Yeah. So I don't really have any really notes for this match. I don't know if you do. I just said it's a 2-minute match. Dustin took and gave like 70% of the offense in this match. Chris Harris hot tag, distraction from the heels to the ref, attempted cheating from the heels, actual cheating from the baby faces. Then a lariat to the back of the head by Roode, and the heels win.
Yeah, I didn't have a lot to say about this match, really. I thought that that little drop down uppercut that Dustin Rhodes does, when he did that to Eric Young and he went over the top, I thought that was the goofiest shit I ever saw.
Yeah, I've always loved that little thing though, the drop down. I mean,
I love that move, but I don't know what kind of man's generating some force.
I actually have mixed feelings about that because don't get me wrong, I love the move, but like, why would you take an unnecessary bump for
to hit a move
worked shot?
Like, especially because he goes down with authority too. Like,
yeah, he attacks the mat. He bumps. Why would you take an unnecessary bump for?
I remember at one point he was just dropping down to a knee to do it.
Oh, that's what Cody used to do.
That's smart. It's a smart thing to do, is to not bump.
Right. I mean, Dustin is still wrestling today, so clearly.
I mean, yeah, Dustin looks better now than he did in 05. When I looked at Dustin, all I thought was fucking 7.
7.
Because he just looks like 7. I wonder why.
I wonder why. All right, so yeah.
And we got a Shane Douglas interview with Raven.
Raven is saying, honestly, I don't really get to hear what
I
Raven's
I
saying.
can kind of summarize what Raven said
Go
here.
ahead.
He claimed he said that he's not afraid of Dustin Rhodes or the bull rope match. He's been in a Clockwork Orange match. LOL, fuck you,
Yeah, he did.
Dustin.
Yeah, he did actually say like I invented matches. I invented the Clockwork Orange. I did remember hearing that, but
Yeah. Then he claims that that Dustin wasn't hurt enough as a child, which
that's
okay.
weird.
And,
All right.
and Raven will be the one to destroy Dustin Rhodes and set him free when he defeats him in a bull rope match at Destination X.
Quote the Raven, nevermore. All righty.
For real.
And the next match on the card was Cassidy Riley versus Chris Sabin.
Okay, I'm sorry, bro. This was the only good match on this show.
While I agree, Sabin did a tope 23 seconds into
Dude,
this match.
literally, I said within 20 seconds of this match starting, Sabin does a tope over the rope and wipes the floor with this kid.
He did the move, and I looked at the clock, and it said that there were 9 minutes and 37 seconds left.
Yeah, I was like, dude.
It means that he did a tope at the 23rd second mark of this. What was it, like a 5-minute
The match literally starts with Sabin throwing Cassidy out of the ring and then immediately going for a tope. And I'm thinking,
like that was the first offensive move of the match.
The first offensive move was a dive.
Like, slow it down, kid.
I think, okay, so the only way I can rationalize this is that the entire point of these X Division showcases are to like impress Dusty, right?
Yeah.
So my only line of logic to explain why Chris Sabin would do a goddamn tope 20 seconds into a match was that he because of what happened on the previous week where he had oh god, who was it that they had in that match last week? It was Sabin, Candido, and who was it?
Shit. Hold on.
Shark Boy. So I mean Sabin had him beat, and then Candido comes in and steals the pin. So my only line of thinking is that Sabin is like so upset and so driven to get into this Ultimate X match that he's just gonna kill this kid. That's the only logic I can find in that.
That is a pretty good explanation. The only other explanation, I guess, in kayfabe that I can think of is that since you like you said, this is an X Division showcase match,
Just trying to show
and
off.
they're trying to show off to Dusty so they can show why they should be in contention. So he's just trying to get all his shit in, honestly.
Maybe, but I'm like, damn.
And, to be fair, they don't have to be mutually exclusive. Those can both be the reason. But yeah, I just tope 23 seconds in. I was like,
yeah, that had me pretty shook, to be honest.
yeah, I was like, whoa. But yeah, so we almost missed the heat for this match where Sabin comes off the top from a flying nothing, and Riley hits a drop kick, and then he does a K Brada, which looked pretty good, and then he did a rocking horse, which was really nice.
This rocking horse. At first, I thought he was just gonna put him in a Billy Goat's curse. I was gonna
that's what I thought too.
Bro, Billy Goat's curse. Let's go.
Yeah, which is sick itself.
Yeah, so we had him in the rocking horse, and so with the momentum, every time he swung back, he would just slam Sabin's head in the goddamn mat, and it looked great.
Yeah.
I think he did it 3 or 4 times, and I was like, damn, that's a cool move.
Yeah. So then there was a really nasty botched Frankensteiner by Sabin. Like Riley, he jumped into it, I guess. It was super weird. I can't really blame Sabin because Sabin, he put his legs on the guy and he followed through correctly, but it's really Riley that didn't take the bump, and he pretty much spiked himself on his head.
Yeah, that looked a little rough.
Yeah, it was super nasty. And then Sabin wins with a cradle shock. It was a good match, honestly.
Yeah, here's something that really confused me about the finish, right? So the cradle shock is basically like a modified Samoan driver type deal, right?
Yep.
But Cassidy literally did a Samoan driver to Sabin before Sabin did his.
Yeah, it was more of a joke driver, but it was basically the same move, and I was like, "Fuck!" I didn't understand.
I didn't know about that, but otherwise, this match was pretty good.
Other than that, yeah, it was a good match. I don't know who put that together. That agent,
good job.
Should have been talked to, but yeah.
Yeah, we don't have to pay in 20 seconds.
Right. Okay, so the next match was Buck Quartermain, who I swear looks different from the last time.
Yo, he looked way different.
Okay, I'm glad. Wasn't he bald last time we saw him?
Yeah, he had hair this time. I was like, damn.
He had hair and a fucking goatee. I'm like, this is a completely different dude.
Yeah, I was like, who is this guy?
How long were the fucking tape cycles between the last episode and this episode? Like, holy shit.
It was a month off. Damn.
At least, because this dude had
hair.
Yeah, he had hair. It wasn't like a low buzz. It was like, no, he had a good deal of hair. Like, you could clearly see it on camera.
Yeah, man had hair and a beard, and he was looking kind of okay.
Kinda.
I mean, Buck Quartermain might be a dark horse for me here on Impact.
I mean, sure. Anyway, Buck Quartermain came out, and his opponent is Kid Cash, and Monty Brown also comes out commentary. For some reason, Monty Brown comes out the opposite way of the commentary desk, like because TNA at this time had two different tunnels, which I always thought was really cool. Like idea design. It was like a heel side and a face side. And
well, in my opinion, in any Fed, there should be the heel and the face locker rooms.
I mean, I agree. I agree. But yeah, it was pretty much like a heel side and a face side. And I don't really think it mattered. Okay, so after some technical difficulties, we were talking about the TNA tunnels. So basically, I was just saying that the Monty Brown was coming out from the far side of the TNA tunnel for some reason. Like the side that was opposite of the announce table when he could have just come out from the side of the announce table, which I thought was weird extra work, but we did get to hear his theme, so that's fine.
We got to hear it a bit longer, and here's the thing, is that above all else, before this match, I wrote a note that simply said, in all capitals, Monty Brown fucking rules, dude.
Of course.
Because there is just nothing on Impact that gets my blood going quite like Monty Brown.
Monty Brown was one of my favorite wrestlers. He's one of like the first ones that I even gravitated toward when I first started watching TNA. Like, I think, I mean, I don't want to speak for him, but I would think that it was the same with my dad because my dad was a huge mark for the pounds. And
Shit, I think even my dad liked Monty Brown.
Yeah, that kind of rubbed off on me too, back when we would watch TNA. So, yeah, Monty Brown was the man, dude.
Oh, he's still the man. Fuck this shit.
He's still the man. But so the very first note that I have, Kid Cash is bumping like he does not want to bump.
Yo, Cash. Okay, so Quartermain shoots Cash off the ropes, right? And so they go for a flapjack. Cash literally landed right on his goddamn head.
Yep.
It was not Quartermain's fault at all.
No. There was this one bump that he did where I think Quartermain might have peeled him. It was something. I think it was some kind of toss, or not a toss. It was just some type of offensive maneuver. But the way that Cash took this bump was like he kind of like fell to a knee first. Like he like stumbled backwards before taking the bump. He just didn't take.
He didn't want to take it.
He just didn't take the bump. Or didn't he didn't want to. It was very weird. And then there's very blatant cheating. Like very.
Dude, I wrote down that this referee is stupid as shit. Because he looked okay, so there was a point in this match where Buck was on the outside while Kid Cash was distracting the referee, and Hoyt was beating the piss out of this dude. But then Cash and the referee go in the ring, and there you can see plain as day the referee looks straight at Hoyt, beating the crap out of this dude, and does nothing.
Okay, so first that big boot from Hoyt was amazing. Like he just fucking
crushed him.
Yeah, just he stepped on this guy. Other than that, super blind fucking ref. It was just
This is probably the worst instance of blind ref I've ever seen.
Yeah, and there's literally no way the ref doesn't see it.
The ref literally looked at them on the outside and then quickly turned back to Kid Cash.
Yeah.
Because he realized he wasn't supposed to be with it.
I don't know. It's just so weird. Undermining the refs like that. Why would I?
Bro, this whole show does nothing but undermine the referee's authority.
Yeah. So after the
This is
very
also the
like,
match where I noticed the rope squeaking.
yeah. Oh, this is the match where you noticed the rope
This
squeaking?
is the
Yeah,
match,
I
and I
noticed.
wrote it's immensely annoying.
Yeah, it was really bad. So the match really is just cheating on behalf of Kid Cash. And then Kid Cash hits a fucking Tiger Driver 98, which for anyone that doesn't know is a double underhook pile driver. And he wins. Fucking with a Tiger Driver 98. I was like, what the fuck?
Cool,
I,
but
yeah, great
this
move.
match
This match
sucks.
sucks. Yeah, this
This
match
match
is awful.
sucks, and it was not Buck Quartermain's fault.
Not at all.
Which is
Not at
so
all.
weird that Kid Cash, like, I don't know. In my opinion, Kid Cash is a very good worker. So
Yeah.
I'm not sure why this match was having so many problems. I mean, again, the referee's sheer stupidity really took me out of this match.
I can't blame Cash for the referee being out of
No,
position.
no, that's not Cash's fault, but some of the bumps Cash was
Yeah,
taking were good.
it was like he just did not want to wrestle this match, and you feel like you could say that for a couple people on this show, especially
Oh,
Dustin in the. But
oh
I'm
yeah.
talking about every Dustin Rhodes TNA match. Anyway, Triton appears and then disappears.
Again.
Yep.
Cool.
BG and K Dog are talking to a nameless Kip James. He still doesn't. They haven't given.
No. He's not nameless. They call him the New Age Outlaw.
Oh, that's right.
They repeatedly on this show refer to him as the New Age Outlaw, and I have to wonder how in the hell
why
did
didn't
they
Vince
get
just
away with that?
sue
Just
them?
call him,
I
bro.
don't
Just
know why Vince
call
didn't
him Billy.
sue them.
Just call him Billy.
You might as well call this man Billy, because calling this man the New Age Outlaw, like
In 2005.
that's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Again, but you're calling him the New Age Outlaw in 2005.
Yeah.
Dog. I don't know
Anyway,
about that.
The New Age Outlaw comes and interrupts BG and K Dog while they're talking, and he says that he needs to talk to BG alone. And K Dog Conan looks pretty upset.
I mean, I'd be upset too if some dude named that New Age Outlaw came and
Yeah, I'd probably be pretty fucking pissed too. Like, what the fuck are you, Brownie? What are you
He's a
doing?
fucking jabroni without a name.
Right. Next match, Chris Candido versus Elix Skipper. Prime time, baby.
Oh yeah, that shit. Yo, that theme kind of fucks.
Yeah.
It's a prime time, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? I agree.
So the very first move was a drop from Prime Time. It was like the very first move of the match. Just hit a drop salt right out of the gate. And then there was immediate cheating from Chris Candido. Like,
okay, so let me tell you, my number one note, the first note I took was, can there be a single match that doesn't have the babyface taking heat from the outside men?
nope.
No, because the only match that doesn't have that on this entire show was Sabin and Cassidy Riley.
Yeah. Just
Every other match had fuckery.
so weird. Cheating, just a
So
lot.
much cheating, so much dumb ref. There's some dumb ref in this match. Oh
Yeah.
baby.
So Prime Time does his tightrope walk, which always looks like it's gonna kill him, but it always looks good
Yeah.
at the time.
I mean the way that Elix landed after that, I was afraid he was gonna land on his head.
I am always afraid that he's gonna land on his. The only time I wasn't afraid he was gonna land on his head is
The
when he got
cage.
on top of the cage, and that
Yeah,
was
he had
probably
room.
the first bump he took. So I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. DDP saying he'll. Oh, I skipped.
We gotta talk about the match. What
Yeah, I skipped the.
the
Yeah,
DDP?
yeah.
What?
There wasn't too much happening.
No, we're almost there. There's like one or two more things to say.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
All right, so coming towards the end of this match, Elix hits this huge leg lariat that looked crazy. It looked like he absolutely blasted Chris Candido with it. There was some more interference from the Naturals, just fucking pure garbage.
Yep.
Air raid crash on the dome. Candido wins.
Yep.
Cool. Another baby face.
Yeah, spiking air raid crap. I guess an air raid buster. I guess since every like sheer drop is a buster. So,
Yeah, it's an air raid, whatever you want to call it.
whatever you want to call it, it was an air raid. Okay, and then we get DDP saying he'll win the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. That's it, pretty much.
I guess that's the crux of the. I have a bit more than that.
Okay, I mean, go ahead.
I got a bit more than that. So Mike Tenay is talking to DDP about his return from retirement.
Okay, I mean, yeah, okay, he shills
so
man yoga or whatever, but like,
Yeah, hold on.
okay,
So
go
he
ahead.
starts talking about his this yoga routine, and I mean, I'm already like, damn, bro, that's crazy because DDP yoga is the shit, low key. I'm gonna tell
Yeah,
everyone watching this right now, not paid for, not an ad, should be an ad. DDP, sponsor this. DDP
this is
yoga.
of
They,
DDP when he didn't even really have a name for it yet. I don't think.
no, it was just his yoga
Yeah, it
shit
was
he
just
was doing.
yoga. Yeah,
Yeah, but this shit, I promise, works.
I've never done it, but
DDP basically says Jeff Jarrett put him on the shelf. He wants to avenge all the shit Jarrett did since WCW. WCW mentions, and that he wants to take the NWA World Titles from Jarrett, so he'll feel like a big, stupid, dumb dummy.
yep, pretty much.
And then we had Bad Influence and
Pretty
Michael
much,
Shane.
yeah.
Oh
We
my
had Bad
god!
Influence and Shawn Michaels' cousin versus
Yeah,
Sonny Siaki, Ron Killings, and AJ Styles, the X-Division champion.
I'm gonna tell you right
You know,
now.
that was actually the very first thing because
That was the first thing I thought was,
I
dude.
didn't know this was going to be a 6-man. So Christopher Daniels came out. I was like, oh, cool. You know, Christopher Daniels match. I love watching Christopher Daniels wrestle.
And then
And
Kazarian and Michael Shane come out, and you're like, oh no.
yeah, these J Brones come out. And I'm like, bro, this
Ugh.
is just Bad Influence in a
Yeah,
plus one. Like,
I
what's
said
going on here?
fucking Bad Influence in 2005. Oh jeez.
Bad Influence, SCU.
Fuck it. See,
In like
man.
3 different names over the last 10 years. Call them whatever the fuck you.
What they
But
call it? The addiction at one point or
yeah,
something.
they've been called plenty of
Every
names the last 10 years.
all of them.
So yeah, these guys have 6 men. Daniels, Michael Shane, Kazarian, as I said, Sonny Siaki, Ron Killings, and AJ Styles. So Styles and Daniels start off, and okay, so like Kaz comes in and
Pretty much
he
immediately.
starts cheating, just immediately. Like
Immediate cheating, instant cheating.
no one is locked up, immediately cheating. Like the first move of this match is Kaz.
The bell rings. Daniels and Styles start to circle each other around. You know, Styles and Styles. As soon as Styles gets in Daniels' territory, boom, right across the back. I'm like, dude,
Like
bro.
the first move of this match was cheating. And then so obviously the baby faces are gonna come in and try and help their way, right? No, the
Uh-huh.
referee is gonna stop them.
Yeah,
So
the ref
no,
stops them
he's
from
cheating.
cheating.
He didn't get out the guy as cheating. No.
No, he stopped the
He,
guys who were upset about the cheating,
yeah. So
which led to more cheating.
after that, of course, after the cheating, we get
Some wrestling.
yeah, some wrestling, and then there's the bullshit tags where
Oh
the
man, okay.
and a
Lucha
baby
rules, dude.
yeah, but babyface gets a tag, but the ref doesn't see it, so it doesn't count because he's distracted or whatever. And
But then the heels do it twice in this match.
yeah, so okay, so we gotta talk about this, right? Like,
Oh
I even sent this to you because, bro.
yeah, this was a blatant fucking like holy crap, dude. This was bad.
Okay, so for everyone listening, let me paint this picture. So we got Sonny Siaki and Ron Killing on the apron, and they are. I can't even say they were trying to get in the ring. It really just looked like the ref was hassling them, honestly.
Yeah,
But
really, the ref was mad at them for getting all riled up.
yeah, so the ref is just harassing the baby faces, no reason, while the heels are all cheating.
Yeah, all three
And
of them are just stomping the piss
yeah,
out of this dude.
they're just beating the shit. All right, so Daniels is the man, and they're just beating the shit
Yeah, they about as fly as
out
the
of
earth.
yeah, they're beating the shit out of AJ Styles. And then Kaz comes in and Michael Shane's coming in, they just fucking stomp him gang style. And Michael Shane powders out. And Daniels. I'm so riled up. I can't even speak. Daniels.
Absolute cluster.
He claps his hands, imitating the sound of a tag, while the ref is distracted.
And he calls a tag.
The ref is talking to the other guys with his back turned to the action, yet he
calls a
tag. Bro,
man.
That was
you know what proves that this show had a fucking problem? At one point during this match, Don West says that this is getting absolutely absurd. That the referees are dealing with this all night.
He said the referees may need to get a handle on this situation. Like, yeah, fucking.
I'm pretty sure Don West implied that the refs were dumb.
I was, wrestling. I try not to let it spark too much.
I know for a fact.
Genuinely upset.
Referee Rudy Charles is not this stupid.
I was genuinely upset at this spot. I was like, who did this?
I've been genuinely upset this whole show.
Like dumbasses. Like, who did this? Why would this was upsetting? So this was.
I think we're both very flustered by this.
Yeah. Rightfully so, I would think.
Eventually, Siaki gets a hot tag and runs wild all over them boys till he gets cut off. That's when Styles just comes into the ring for whatever reason.
Reason.
The ref, I think the ref counted 1, then stopped counting. Styles does some crap. Then Siaki gets his head driven to the damn mat, and it's all over.
Michael Shane super kicks Siaki for the win because he's Shawn Michaels' cousin.
Yeah, just kills him.
Yep. I swear his super kicks looked like a shoot. I may just be getting worked, and that's fine. But I don't feel like
jabroni ass Mark.
His super kicks look like they're really hitting, which no.
I mean, shit. If you're gonna do a super kick, you might as well just dial it in.
I mean, I agree. To be fair, these cameras look like shit, so you might want to start hitting each other.
For realsy.
Anyway,
this next segment is very weird.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this was supposed to be the main event match. It was going to be Diamond Dallas Page taking on the New Age Outlaw, except DDP comes out from the tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Jarrett was already on commentary. My apologies.
Yeah, Jeff Jarrett was going to call
first. He's on commentary talking about how he's going to get rid of DDP and kick him off of Planet Jarrett. That's his world. While his song was still playing, that kind of ruled. And then DDP comes out. Him and Jarrett are jaw-jacking. Eventually, it goes into a full-on brawl. So the main event just never happens.
Nope.
Billy Gunn eventually comes and starts beating on DDP, hits him a couple times, and then Kevin Nash comes, starts attacking Billy Gunn. And that's when Mike Tenay does the "we're out of time, we gotta go" gimmick, and the show ends.
Yeah, yes, it did.
And that was the main event segment. A brawl.
So that's the thing, because I was looking at the time bar throughout the whole show.
It was 5 minutes left in the show.
Bro, there was 3. There was 3 minutes left of the show. So when when DDP came out, there was 3 minutes left because we still had to do.
You already knew there's no match happening.
Right, so you already knew that there was going to be a schmaltz, but I'm like, bro, what?
Bro, it's the main event.
Yeah. This is how you want to build to your title match?
I mean, look, it's cool in the gang, in my opinion, that they had the pay-per-view booked 3 weeks in advance. That's cool. And I appreciate that. But the whatever this build is to 2 of the top matches on the card,
it's
not working. This is
not hell.
I think also this trend of the referees being stupid as piss, not working. Literally the officiating on this show literally ruined the show for me.
Genuinely, I think that's what made me. I think that's why I'm in such a sour mood with the show.
Yeah, because the refereeing was just absolutely awful.
Are made to look like idiots, so really nothing matters. If you don't enforce the rules, why am I going to care about the fucking rules? Why am I going to care about all the cheating that's? I mean,
absolutely. Why would I even care about this? Why would I care about the heat you're putting on a guy if the ref doesn't even care?
Right. It's just
then you're just telling me it's legal and I shouldn't care.
It's so bad. The refs look jabronis, just the absolute worst idiots. you could ever just. I don't know how they got their job. I don't know what school they went to, but fucking.
I have to think that they're telling them to do this. There's no way these referees
no
are
way.
actually.
There's no way.
I know for a fact Rudy Charles is not this stupid.
Dude, Rudy Charles is a great.
He is not this dumb.
He is a fantastic referee. I mean, he was fantastic later on in TNA and good in the Fed. Like,
yeah, I don't know what's going on. He officiated the Candido primetime match, which there was a point in that match where they did like the trip and he admonished the outside dudes, and that was like the only thing he did.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude. It literally ruined the show, undermining the authority of the referees. Because if the referees have no power, then it's just a fucking schmoz all the time.
Yeah, that's really all it is. And why would I want to watch a schmoz with no? I mean, I guess there
was nothing to it. It was just a bunch of cheating.
It's really just a bunch of heat and then a finish. There's no shine. There's no comeback. It's just
a lot of the heat didn't even get a receipt.
Right. It just. I did not enjoy this show at all.
Like it at all.
Like at all. But everybody, that was TNA Impact February 28th. So
hopefully next week will not be this bad.
I certainly hope.
That was a show.
That was a show. Alrighty. So after that terrible, just awful, just
god awful, fucking terrible, probably one of the worst
TNA show. We go on to a classic retro old show review. I still haven't thought of a name for this fucking segment.
This shit is old and we watched it.
Yeah, it's an old show that I'm gonna watch. Recommend it from here.
From me myself.
You guys know it by now. Anyway, I'm pretty sure the person that actually recommended this was Michael, right?
I think it was Mike, but I was the one who found the specific episode.
Oh yeah, because he just said ECW. So
yeah, and I said bet.
It was a wonderful suggestion.
Oh, dude, I'm so happy that I found this episode of ECW Hardcore TV.
I'm glad that we watched this episode. So this episode of ECW was October 13th.
No.
Nope, 13th. Well,
31st.
October 31st, 1995. Halloween. And I mean, off the bat.
The way the show opens. Okay, let me say one thing. Before anything, this show from start to finish was 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Yeah.
And that's not a bad thing, but you and I had a really hard time taking notes because of how fast things were moving.
This was Car Crash TV.
In the best way.
Done right. It just was, action too fast to call. That's really what this show was.
It was action too fast to call.
But with all that being said, top to bottom, this was a pretty good show. Like I really enjoyed it.
It was a great show.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this show. So the show immediately opens with Beulah McGillicuddy talking about her body.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Then she sends the promo over to crazy Steve Austin.
Steve Austin. He cut just
this is one of the greatest promos I've ever seen in my life.
The best. I implore all
2 minutes. 2 minutes straight of one-liners that were just
I implore all of you to go out of your way and October 31st, 1990.
Please. Actually, Austin cut 3 separate promos on the show, and they were all incredible.
But okay, so we got a few of the better one-liners, but we won't do it justice. You guys should go ahead and
please go watch these. Please.
He pretty much basically the very first thing I don't know if it was a bot, but he says "Welcome to Monday Night" instead of Nitro or Monday Night Raw. He said, "Welcome to Monday Night War."
He said Monday Night War.
Yeah.
Almost he had a stroke.
He said, "Welcome to Monday Night War, where the big boys play with each other."
Yeah, that was kind of hot. Then Austin greets his friend Bongo, a set of bongos on his desk, and pushes them off.
Yep.
He
Bongo
killed,
and
dude, he killed Bongo.
yes, he did.
Can't believe
And
it.
I mean, also just throwing quip out the quip, like saying, it's Monday Night Quill. It'll put you to sleep just like everything else. He's just taking jabs at Bischoff, saying, "Well, Bischoff is calling the match. Who doesn't know any of the name of the." He's just burying
Yo, that
WCW.
was wild. He's like, I'm calling this match. I don't know the name of any of these holds.
It's a great promo. I would really just go find this promo. It's very
And
well.
then there's this line from Austin talking about the old codgers and a bottle of Geritol on a pole match. And I was like, yo, this dude
Austin,
hates the old dudes. Fuck these boomers.
Austin was killing this match. I really, like I said, I implore you to find this promo because
Dude,
it was.
Austin cuts 2 separate promos before the first match.
Yep. Yes, he certainly did. You
And then he cut a promo in the main event.
yes, you are right. That did happen. Didn't even notice that, but yeah. So after this incredible, just amazing Austin, we shoot to a young, baby-faced Joey Styles, and he's running down the card. Running
Yeah,
down
just
the
a
card.
quick overview of what the show is, and oh baby, was it a banger.
Running down the card and advertising upcoming shows, pay-per-views, and what. And he introduces the ladder match, actually,
Mm-hmm.
which is the main event.
Yeah,
And
this was very odd.
he says that the main event ladder match is not going to be the
Ladder
traditional ladder
match.
match that you've ever seen where the belt hangs from the ceiling. Oh no.
No,
It's
no.
gonna be pinfalls only in the
No,
middle of the ring.
it was pinfalls and submissions.
Submissions. I didn't hear him say submissions, but
Joey
okay, so
Styles essentially said that this match is going to be contested as pinfalls and submissions only because that is the only way a championship title should ever be contested for. And
that is what he said.
I understand the logic, but then why would you book a ladder match?
That is my whole flaw.
You could have literally had the ladder in this match, and it would have just been a regular match.
Yeah. Why
You
could
could have booked this as a regular
disqual-
match and used ladder spots.
Right. This could have just been a no disqualification match with a ladder.
Like
Instead,
every match in ECW.
a ladder match inherently comes with the stipulation of it being hung up and someone having to reach and claim it.
Like I said before, this just reminded me of the old SmackDown versus Raw TLC matches where you had to pin them boys. There was no climbing the ladder. You had to pin
Not
them.
only that, this just felt like incredibly Russo stuff, right? I mean, I couldn't be the only one that
I just didn't see the need to change how the stipulation works, especially because during that match they did some shit.
did some shit, bro. And I definitely, I agree. A title should change hands, pinfall, submission. I totally agree with that logic.
So did we mention what the title match actually was?
No, I hadn't gotten there yet.
Okay, so it's Mikey Whipwreck, that young 19-year-old Mikey Whipwreck. Holy crap!
Going on 30.
Yeah. Versus the ECW World Champion. That's a stretch. Sandman.
The ECW local Northeast
Northeast Bingo Hall World Champion.
kind of tri-state area champion. Yeah, there we go. Something like that.
For true.
So yes, it's Mikey Whipwreck. The main is Mikey Whipwreck versus the Sandman for the ECW World Heavyweight Championship.
Here at the end, Joey Styles was talking about one of the matches at the upcoming November to Remember. He was talking about Terry Funk and was it Cactus?
Yep,
I believe. He mentioned that Terry Funk was considering retirement.
Yes, Terry Funk was considering retirement in 1995. For anyone that has watched Beyond the Mat, you will know that he was also considering retirement when that was being filmed. And he was also considering retirement
yesterday.
Yesterday.
Holy shit. This dude. I love it. This dude will not retire. He will die in the ring.
I respect it. I wish he would probably retire, but I respect it.
I think
I respect us.
Maybe retire.
Please, Terry, for your sake.
And then immediately after that, we cut back to Steve Austin at his desk, who is absolutely out cold.
Just asleep.
Then he kind of jumps and he's like, "Oh, well, was that boring? Yeah, that shit was boring, wasn't it?"
Another yeah, so basically it's another WCW like making fun parody. And he's like,
I hate you.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh shit. Did that put you to sleep?" Or what did he say? Did the commentary put you to sleep? Oh, well, if the commentary didn't, then the matches sure will. And then and then he just
went back to sleep. You know what?
Oh, and wasn't he also was this the one where he was saying that Bischoff was a little bitch?
He was. No, that I think was his promo in the main event. Yeah, I think that was his main event promo.
He said so much shit.
Dude, he cut 3 promos on this show.
It was hard to. This is a 45-minute show, and a good chunk of it was Steve Austin.
Okay.
Or at least like the most memorable parts, I guess, were Steve Austin.
This was a 45-minute show with 3 Steve Austin promos and 2 matches.
Yeah,
and a whole lot of shit in between.
Yeah, let that sink in. Yeah, 45 minutes even too, so it was nice and smooth. All right, so then first match is a squash match.
Dude, can you call this a squash? This was more than that. I didn't even hear the bell ring.
Okay, so the first match is a massacre, and the Pitbulls versus
This was a fucking sacrifice.
I really don't know who these guys were.
I just wrote local jobbers. I don't know who these dudes were. They disappeared after the match ended anyways.
Okay, so there were 2 moves in this match, and one of them was botched. Okay, so
that's true.
Okay, so the finish came with the top rope, like fucking powerbomb or whatever. But the very first move of the match was supposed to be a top rope clothesline, but
oh man,
competitor didn't go over, but the Pitbull giving the fucking clothesline went over. So it was just the worst. It was ugly.
And then he tried to recover by getting up in the corner and kind of flexing the big fucking guns he has. And you know what? Honestly, I forgive him because that wasn't even his fault.
Okay, and then like I said, it was a massacre, and the Pitbulls win. And then some random guy named Jason comes out, Francine a slut, and then he kicks her in the face.
Yeah, he said this Euro trash, as Joey Styles referred to him as, Jason, not Sensation.
Definitely not Sensation, just Jason. I have no idea.
I will say one thing about this Jason dude. He had a fat mullet.
He did have a fat mullet, and his kind of white looking kind of clean too.
Yeah, the white suit and the mullet kind of went crazy.
But I don't know who he is, so I don't think.
He asked the Pitbulls to leave that prostitute, Francine. And then Francine, obviously pretty upset by this, goes to, do something about it. The Pitbulls hold her back. And with that, Jason literally super kicks Francine.
And then they do nothing for like a solid 5 seconds. Super weird. And then they finally go to, can you even call it an attack? Because they go to do something.
It was something like that. Immediately after the super kick, the Eliminators come.
Come out.
And they just absolutely brutalize the Pitbulls. They kill them.
One of the Pitbulls get busted open.
Yeah.
And then
Rick they had a total elimination. And then we had Taz and Rick Steiner. And let me say one thing. Both these dudes are in street clothes, right? Taz and Rick Steiner. But Rick Steiner was still wearing his wrestling headgear and a t-shirt and a pair of jeans. And you know what? That ruled.
You got to protect your ears, man. It's tough out here. Okay? That shit, when you're when you're rubbing fucking being thrown, you gotta protect your ear. You don't want cauliflower.
Oh, for sure. I mean, Rick Steiner gets in the ring, immediately drops a DD knee, a straight
Oh,
DD knee
shit,
on Mark
nasty. Okay,
Henry. That looked
it was
tough.
a DDT, but like you said, it was a DD knee. So it
He
was a
hit him
DD
on his knee.
his knee, and there was like no give, no preparation at all. It was literally like this was okay. So this kind of looked like a shoot. Maybe I just got
You're
work.
shooting.
Kind of feel like a shoot. So he gets the guy up, front face lock or whatever, and he just
That was a tight front. He had him in tight
high
too.
front
No,
face lock. I mean, I know Rick Steiner was a collegiate wrestler.
so he had him.
His brother, a highly credited university they both graduated from. So a highly educated university. They both graduated from a highly educated university, the Steiners. And I know they were collegiate wrestlers.
Yeah, he had this front face lock in hella deep.
Fucking deep. And bro, he just dropped him right on his knee. And
The
dude's head like snapped back.
Yeah, so basically his head like slammed off his knee and then jerked immediately in the other direction. And then they go to commercial.
And then Joey Styles is like, we come back, and the Eliminators also come back. Because after the he got run off, the Eliminators. And then
they came back immediately after commercial ended. They came right back to keep fighting.
They start beating up Taz and Steiner. And then the Pitbulls
come back to fight the Eliminators. So now the entire dynamic has gone to 4 baby faces and 2 heels in this big schmoz going on. So essentially, this just turns into the Eliminators getting the piss beat out of them.
Yes. So this is where I finally said there's just so much shit happening and it's hard to keep track of.
One thing also to mention is that the Pitbulls, when they came back, their entrance music played for the entire rest of the segment.
Oh yeah.
That's not even exaggeration. Their music played the rest of the segment.
Terrible, horrible network dubbing.
Bro, literally so bad. Because the Pitbull's theme was the same theme as the actual show itself.
Yeah, it's just completely horrible.
That was a really bad dub.
As this music is playing, Rick Steiner and one of the Pitbulls hit a doomsday device.
And the landing on this looked tough.
You talk about a dude landing on his neck.
That was a dude landing on his neck.
I don't know how he even got up from this, because I would have fucking said, all right, Paulie, I
hold him like a chair.
I loved everything you've done for me, but I think I'm gonna go ahead from this business.
And can you do first?
Right. I certainly appreciate what you've done, but did you see the bump I just took? I thought he was lucky to fucking get on his feet after that bump. I'm telling you, it was disgusting.
Tough. But it was just so weird that the first match went maybe 4 seconds tops, and then they went 5 to 6 more minutes of just brawling.
Yes. It was the match was a prologue for the brawling.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm. And it's weird because the jobbers in the match weren't even in the brawling. That's why it was the prologue.
The jobbers were there to here. Look, dude, you could have just as easily had Francine out there with the Pitbulls to cut a promo, and they could have done all this.
It all could have been attained with a promo, but
whatever.
It was stuff.
Some local boys maybe got a paycheck.
Right, maybe. Okay, and we now go into Extreme Encyclopedia. And
you know what? Actually, this was kind of good because
this was amazing. Actually, yeah. So it's pictures and definitions of wrestlers on the roster.
Yeah. So the first one was the Sandman. Binomial nomenclature was Smokus Brawlerus.
Indeed, Sandman, a noun, of course. I have the definition. It
says, please define Sandman.
Sandman, Smokus Brawlerus, a cigarette smoking, cane swinging, beer drinking world champion with a propensity for violence. A fighter who has climbed the ladder to the top.
That's for
That
true.
is Sandman. Next was woman, also a noun. Her binomial. Well, go ahead.
Binomial
Binomial.
nomenclature.
Yeah. Foxus Gredius. An aberration of the classic American male fantasy of beauty and servitude. A seductive henchwench with an aptitude for money.
Henchwench.
Hench.
What? Damn.
Yes.
Yeah, that was crazy. They just called her gold digging bitch.
Pretty much, yeah. And the last one was Mikey Whipwreck, noun. Miraculous, which is just a word. Underdogus.
They really just put OUS on words.
Miraculous underdogus. A 19-year-old messenger of improbable upsets, the former ECW TV and tag team champion with Cactus tries to use his 188 clean living, non-smoking, drug and disease-free, or 188, but 188 disease-free pound to beat nicotine-addicted Sandman. So,
Yo, can we talk about the fact that Mikey Whipwreck was tag team champions with Cactus Jack before he was 20?
that's kind of nuts.
Fucking crazy.
And he looked...
Bro, I'm 19.
Yes,
I
you
am
are.
19. I am right now the age that guy was in 95. I'm not the tag team champion with Cactus Jack. What the fuck?
I think Tyler Bate is like 6 or 7 months older than me. And when I watched him win the title,
I'm sure that makes you like shit.
I felt horrible about myself. So thanks, Tyler. Appreciate that. Fucking Tyler Bate's a great wrestler, obviously. He deserves
anyway.
everything he got as long as he's not be a great Tyler. Anyway, back to after that wonderful encyclopedia.
We had a promo with the Dudley fam, sans Devon.
Mm-hmm. And everyone makes fun of Bubba.
Oh, dude, they start the promo. Basically, Big Dick Dudley has a messed up leg. He's got a crutch, and he is just like absolutely like his blood pressure must be through the roof. He looked so unbelievably high strung in this promo. He was about to like shit his pants.
Yeah. He looked just so upset the whole time, just seething with pure rage.
Dude, he was literally red.
Yeah, like
his skin was turning red. Bro. He was mad.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what happened. He's probably upset because of his broken leg, but maybe you need to chill with RVD for a little bit and handle that leg.
Yeah, I mean they both got broken legs at some point, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm saying chill with RVD so you can
come. Oh, I know. I'm just saying. I mean, hey,
just a little bit.
Cool and whatever.
Whatever. Okay, so
I saw this. I have no clue who this Dudley guy was, but he, as far as I can tell, was a Native American man who had a traditional headdress. He started speaking whatever language is from his nation, which is cool. What I didn't like was the incessant war cries that I doubt that he actually wanted to do and was probably told to do.
Probably not. This man looking like a native for the Americas is very big. I know that there were Native Americans all over North and South America, so technically it is possible that this man could be a Native American. But I'm sure everyone thought traditional, North American or United States Native American, and he, just this war cry.
It's the funny redskin man.
Yeah, basically. He does the war cry and then just starts speaking Spanish. And
was it Spanish?
Yes, it was Spanish.
Oh, I thought it was whatever.
Nope, it was Spanish.
Well, he was speaking hella fast, so I don't know. Then Bubba Ray Dudley with his intense speech impediment, is just trying to say any word, just to get a word out of his fucking mouth. So Big Dick Dudley just hits him right in the chest with his crutch, and he just stops.
Yep. His speech impediment
goes
just
away
slightly or momentarily, I should say.
Oh yes, yes. It momentarily disappears. He says about, I don't know, a line or two, and then I don't remember who else said something, but once they brought it back to Bubba, he right back to struggling, and then Big Dick hits him again with the crutch, and he starts speaking all proper and shit. I was like, what is happening?
I had no idea what this whole thing was about, to be completely honest with you.
The thing is that the promo that they cut wasn't even on any one or thing.
No, they were just talking. That's it. That's all it was. It wasn't to build to anything. They were just talking. You can't even call this character development. They were just talking. It wasn't about anything.
It was like if you had a cameraman in the room with them while they were just like fucking around.
Right.
And being funny and popping each other. This is that promo.
Okay, so in kayfabe, if wrestlers were just trying to pop each other with their personas, this is what that would be.
Yeah.
This is all that was. It sucked.
But this next promo,
okay, so this next promo fucked. I love this whole thing. So yes, Mikey Whipwreck, it's Mikey Whipwreck with Public Enemy, and he's training for this ladder match. And
in the dark woods.
And fuck, what's his name? Not Rocco Rock.
No, because Rocco was the one who left to go get some stuff.
I don't know why I'm drawing a blank.
He told Mikey and Public Enemy number 2.
Yeah, Public Enemy number 2. The other enemy.
The other enemy to the public. He had apparently hung up a 6-pack of Budweisers, some Steve Weisers, up in a tree. With this dude, this painter's ladder looked suspicious as hell.
Ghetto.
This ladder they had in the woods. So essentially, Mikey is repeatedly told to run up the ladder, grab a beer, and return. Every time Public Enemy number 2 receives a beer, he just kills it. So by the 6-1, at least in kayfabe, I don't think he was actually down in all of them. But by the time he gets to the 6-1, man literally can barely stand. He is fucked. And Mikey is just like, bruh.
Well, clearly he didn't understand the rules of the ladder
match because he was climbing a ladder.
Pinfall ladder match, but the training was that Mikey is gonna climb up and down the ladder to get these beers. So sure.
Yeah, I still have to think that they recorded this well before they decided, oh, we're gonna change the stipulation of a ladder match.
I can only imagine.
Speaking of said ladder match, in the main event,
the second and last match on the card.
Yeah.
Keep in mind the first match was like what, 30 seconds, if that.
Not even.
Like even that's generous. Yeah, even that's a little generous. So by comparison, this match is like what,
a year,
120% longer. I mean,
more than
that. Yeah, probably.
They went close to. I think they went close to 10-15 minutes.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was a lot longer. So the match was.
Well, before the match, both competitors are in the ring with the ladder in the middle.
Yes.
God knows why. That's when the big man himself, Steve Austin, comes out to the ring to cut his third promo of the night. He climbs in the ring, scales the ladder, and just looks down at both of those peons. Before that,
then he starts burying.
Oh yeah, he buries a lot.
He buries the world champion of this company, And then he says, it doesn't matter who wins because I'm going to get the belt. And he buries Bischoff and he buries WCW.
Yeah, he said before he climbed the ladder, he put his foot on it and he said to the mic to the crowd, "I never got to climb to the top like that in WCW." Which he tells Woman that if he could rustle up $5 and a clothespin on his nose, he might try her out. Damn.
Yes.
And then as Steve Austin left, he kidnapped Woman.
Yes, he did.
He literally kidnapped Woman.
He just took her, picked her up, and
took her to the back.
Took her to the back, which, you know, in my mind, he just simply put her down and now But yeah, I don't want to speculate anything after that. Yep.
Who knows if he found that clothespin or not?
Indeed. So Sandman, the match starts, and
this match is like 90% unprotected headshots to the Sandman.
Yeah,
right. I'm gonna say that right now.
So they didn't really. I can't say they didn't do a whole lot because
they did a lot. But they did a lot.
It was just Okay, so basically, there was no real wrestling. I mean, I guess there was a couple of moves.
Sandman went for a Tope Atomico twice in this match.
Yeah, he did a Tope Atomico. You know, there were moves, but I can't really say there was real wrestling. I guess there was this like botched. I don't know if Whipwreck was trying to go for like a Frankensteiner, and Sandman reversed it, or no. Yeah, Sandman reversed it into this power bomb onto the ladder. Or did I have that backwards?
Dude, oh my god, that power bomb. So one
it was So I think it was Whipwreck going for a Frankensteiner. And Sandman catches him and reverses, and he just fucking power bombs him onto the ladder. But
and this is a painter's ladder.
Yeah, it's a painter's ladder. So his head actually bounces off the back of the rungs while he's also taking the bump onto the ladder.
Like, and you can literally see the ladders cave in already from that landing.
Yeah, it's starting to buckle already. So of course they're not done with the ladder. They start brawling to the outside, and Sandman like puts Whipwreck on a ladder bridge, and he does a knee drop off the bridge, which, you know, to his credit, the ladder didn't, like, they worked this knee so the ladder didn't really buckle, but that also meant that Whipwreck had to take a fucking bump onto concrete from like
that didn't look very
5 feet off the ground. That didn't look good at all.
When he got hit off that ladder, I was actually afraid at first that he was just gonna like peel off onto his head. So I was
I did too.
To see him just bump.
I'm glad he went over, but I'm glad. I'm not glad. Oh well, brother did go over. What I meant to say is I'm glad he fucking went forward, but I'm also not glad that he had to take a bump on concrete.
Yeah, I mean, I remember hearing some stories of like CZW trainees being forced to bump on concrete and shit, and like,
why? Why would you do that?
Dog, I'm gonna tell you right now, you gotta pay me big bucks if you want me bumping on straight concrete.
If you want me bumping on concrete, I need
you paying.
Yeah, you coming out the pockets, promoter. I'm telling you.
I'm gonna run Paul E for everything he's worth.
Because that is bullshit. So yeah, they brawl into the crowd for a little bit, and they brawl back over the barricade, but still outside. Just tons of unprotected headshots.
Yo, yeah. So Mikey eventually gets his hands on a chair from the or no, does Sandman get the chair from the crowd?
Yeah, it was Sandman who got it. Sandman got it, and then Mikey went on offense.
Mikey takes the chair,
which led to Sandman dropping it, and then he picked it up.
Yeah, and then Mikey hit Sandman in the head with his chair like 4 times in a row. The first 3 looked kind of pulled, but that last one looked like he fucking meant it.
The first one was definitely pulled. The second one, he put a little bit more oomph into it because you saw the chair start to bend. The third one you could hear, but the fourth one, that was what you think an unprotected headshot is.
Yeah, after that, the chair completely caved.
Yeah,
it was like, damn, bro. There are a lot more unprotected headshots for the Sandman to come.
A lot more.
This dude is nuts.
And he's taking most of these on the crown of his head.
Yes, on the top of his goddamn head, he's getting crushed.
which like just it's just so much
Bro,
scarier to me to, at least if it's on my forehead. Forehead is a pretty broad part. It's kind of strong. I can see the chair coming. And yeah, I guess I'd see the chair coming. When you're knocked out, like a shot that you can't necessarily see, you don't really know where exactly that chair is gonna hit on your crown. Those are the kind of shots that knock you out. I'm not fucking with that at all.
I mean, my biggest concern would be the sutures in my skull splitting,
Yeah,
which would cause brain matter to leak out of my head.
yeah.
That would be my concern.
So that sucked. Not sucked, but yeah. So
Get,
just tons of
it's
unchecked
gonna
headshots,
suck.
and
Gonna
then
suck way more for Sandman.
oh yeah, and they finally get back into the ring, and I honestly don't remember any offensive removers until like the last finishing sequence. So because
Well,
that's what's really
disgusting. This was
that,
hard
that
to actually
yeah
kind of hard to
that's
watch.
what really matters is this last finishing sequence. Okay, so Whipwreck is firmly, confidently, definitely, maliciously, and
Trying to kill this guy.
yeah, just with no remorse, just trying to kill this man. He is on top. He has been in control of this match for a while at this point,
I
which
don't
is
think he.
weird.
I don't think. I think from the point he gets the chair on, he's in control.
Yeah. So it's like a good 6-7 minutes that he's on top.
Yeah, He just starts beat dude. So Mikey gets Sandman back in the ring. He also gets the ladder in the ring, which sets up one of the most disgusting fucking headshots I've ever seen in my
I
life. Two
I
of the worst headshots I've ever
I
seen in my life.
audibly like gasped and like okay,
This was
so okay. So what happened is Mikey is looking Sandman right in his fucking face.
dude.
He's got the
They're
ladder
eye
in
to
his
eye.
hand, and Mikey throws the ladder. He's got the ladder, and he's holding it, as you would a ladder. It's closed. He throws the
Skinny
side
side
part of the ladder. Yeah, he throws the T side of the ladder, right, the skinny side, right
into his
into
fucking
his,
forehead.
like the
Oh,
tippy top of his forehead. But not only does he do that, the part where the like metal hinge where the ladder folds hits
oh,
him and
broke the
breaks off. It when it hit Sandman's head, it fucking broke off. He immediately started gushing. Immediately.
Oh yeah, he
Like
had a
he was
crimson
busted
mass.
open hard way immediately. As soon as this thing hit his head, fucking
and
busted open.
and then the shot after that one was it probably I think that one looked worse,
I think that one looked worse,
but it wasn't. I
but
think the first one was
there was
actually
no way.
worse.
Yeah, okay, so the shot after that, Whipwreck is facing the corner, and he basically does a like, catapult overhead throw
With the
to
ladder.
Sandman's head, and like Sandman's head, I can't even say thankfully, it like gets caught in the rung, but you can also see that like it did hit the back of his head. So
It
like
hit
fuck,
it
it
tagged him a bit, but that
it
shit
tagged
looked
him. But his
horrible.
head did go through it, so it's not like he hit a wrong fucking forehead first. Like, oh, I couldn't even imagine that after that. If he hit a wrong forehead
Oh,
first
that's
after
it.
that,
He wouldn't have kicked out at one.
yeah, he kicked out at 1 after all that bullshit.
And
So
then
that happens. He kicks out at 1, and then
Mikey covers Sandman with the ladder, puts it on top of him. He goes to the
Mhm.
corner. It's a top rope body splash for the 3. Which makes
Yes,
no sense because he just kicked out of one. He kicked out at one of something that was infinitely worse.
indeed. I didn't necessarily understand the psychology of that booking at the end of the finish, but it
What it was.
was what it was. The match itself was a beautiful nightmare. Oh,
Yeah,
I
that was the definition of a fucking. Some people say like demolition derby wrestling.
yeah,
Like this was a good example of dudes just going out there to hurt each other.
yeah. It was just a absolutely lovely little car crash, and I mean, this is another thing. Honestly, I'd recommend you guys go out here to watch. I would recommend all the Austin stuff
And this being
and this. And one of the Austin things is connected to this, so you should definitely watch them both.
what was also very weird for me was that when Mikey hit the body splash, he literally just laid there until half the baby faces in the locker room come out to hoist
he was
get
just
him.
lying there dead, and then Cactus Jack comes and picks him
I
up.
honestly thought he was going to DDT the shit out of him.
Yeah, I did too. I was like, oh shit, Cactus is gonna turn on him, and then Cactus
hugs him.
Cactus comes out, hugs him, and then all the baby faces come out, hoist him up.
Yeah, we got like Brian Knobs out there for some reason.
Fucking,
I don't know what that was.
And then we fade to black.
And then we get this like in memorial.
Yeah. So fade to black, an in memoriam of Sandman's title reign, which was 6 months long.
It was
fade to black again, and then we fade to Sandman looking into the mirror and smoking.
So he was with. Okay, so this is another weird thing. So he was backstage with Woman, which makes me wonder where the fuck did Steve take her?
I told you, he just took her backstage. He just sat her down in a chair or like near a gorilla. Just simply took her backstage. I mean,
and so basically, Sandman's backstage. The blood on his face is dry.
Did you see all the crazy shit that Mikey Whipwreck did to Sandman? Why would Woman be out there for that? He probably would have fucking threw the ladder at her head. I don't know.
She could have done some cheating shit like it's 2005 TNA. I don't know.
True. She very well.
So after the in memoriam for the Sandman's title reign, they fade back into the Sandman backstage with Woman. The blood on his head is dried, so he looks like absolute shit, as any man would. Smoking a cigarette, he says to Woman, "We're going to do this my way." And they end the show there.
One last fade to black, yes.
And that was
ECW.
Halloween 95. A vast improvement from the show that we watched 10 years later.
This show fucking ruled.
This from top to bottom. The only thing about this show I did not like was the Dudley promo.
Yeah, that was the only thing. I mean, really, that's it.
This show, Mike, I give the show a
Right, Mike, thanks for suggesting it. We definitely needed that palate cleanse after such a terrible show. Terrible TNA show.
I thank you very much.
And it was genuinely great.
Oh, this was an absolute banger. We were having a great time watching this.
Yeah, we were having a great time watching this. We were fucking laughing at Austin. We were going through all this shit. This was lovely. Great show. I would recommend
Monday night. Well, I'm gonna remember that.
Yeah, the only thing I didn't like about this, like you said, was the Dudley thing. Everything else, I'd probably recommend. So
just watch this show and skip that promo.
Yeah, just watch the show and skip that, and that'll be it. Yeah, you're good.
Hey, that's a solid 40 minutes.
Right. Yeah, because that fucking Dudley thing felt long as hell.
It felt long only because there was the biggest issue is that there was absolutely no direction in this promo. They were just saying shit.
They were just saying shit. That's probably
like nothing that anyone said had anything to do with anything. They were just saying words.
Yeah, it was pointless. It didn't advance anything. It didn't try to promote anything.
They didn't promote a match. They didn't say anything negative about another wrestler. They
it was really just there. It was just
backstage for fun.
Right.
Wild.
But anyway, that was the show.
Thank goodness.
That was the show. So that has been TNA Impact and ECW for this week. Everyone listening, go ahead and send some suggestions, whether it be on the Twitter or the YouTube or whatever, wherever. Suggesting which show you think that we should review and possibly shit on or praise next week.
Probably shit on because I hate wrestling, but
I hate wrestling too, but sometimes, when it's a show like this, I can slightly enjoy it.
Slightly. Yeah. A little bit, just a little modicum of enjoyment.
Just a modicum, just a sliver.
Just a smidge.
Just a smidge.
If y'all are lucky.
But yeah, guys, go ahead and suggest some shows, whether it be on YouTube or Twitter. And do you have anything you want to say? Anyway, you want to close this out? Whatever have you.
Rate this podcast 5 stars, or I will come find you myself. Every single
Indeed.
person who I will find you, and I will take your phone, and I will give us a 5-star.
Go listen to the show. Well, it doesn't matter where you listen, but go review the show or send a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts because it will help us a lot as far as getting seen by others and just getting
Massive
the
help.
podcast out there. It's a huge help. And just in general, I want to thank everyone who's supported this show, who's supported us in this venture. I say us because, like I said, Andrew is a partner now. So it's not just me. And thank you all. Thank you, Andrew. That's pretty much what I got to say. But yeah, guys, I think that is going to do it for this week. This is episode 10. I can't believe I didn't even mention that. This is going to be episode 10, the 10th episode. I can't believe I've done this for 10 episodes. A lot of podcasts don't even make it this long.
Yeah, I mean, most podcasts go like 1.
Yeah, 10
Get
whole
no
episodes.
viewers, damn.
And that's
the ball's rolling, man. I mean, stuff's starting to move for us.
Yeah, I would think so. A big part of this is you guys, listening.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's no podcast without listeners.
Right. I feel like I was probably going to do the show regardless, but it's nice to know that there's actually people listening, putting up with my bullshit, putting up with our bullshit, I guess I should say. And just everything that you guys have done, whether it be reviews, tweets, reviews,
suggestions,
comments,
reviews, anything, any kind of what's
any
the
support,
word?
any support at all.
Any support at all is incredibly appreciated.
Incredibly appreciated.
We got mad love for everyone who does the thing for us, and we do the thing for you.
Of course. So, again, I think that's going to do it for the show. Thanks, guys. You can find the podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker, Opencast, a bunch of places.
Gonna plug your socials?
Did I do that at the beginning? Probably not. Yeah, I guess I'll plug the socials. Go ahead and follow the Twitter at TL Pro Wrestling Pod. You can look for the YouTube channel, Taking Liberties Pro Wrestling Podcast, same as you would find it everywhere else. You got anything you want to plug?
Search on the Apple Podcast, please, and give us the 5. Or, like I said, I will come find you.
Mm-hmm. Do you have anything you would like to plug, sir?
No, I'm too humble for all that.
Mm-hmm.
It's bullshit.
All right, guys. You got nothing?
No, I got nothing.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for listening. Thanks for wasting your time with us. And we will see you next time.
See ya.